Stress is a constant in life. Management at Corvid Communications understands this. Taking care of your bodily needs daily? Perhaps you have a family whose needs you also need to fulfill. Maybe you work long hours and don't get paid enough to make ends meet. Maybe you're tired of the drudgery of dealing with ungrateful, unpleasable customers. Life is hard, and while we could alleviate all your life's ills, we're choosing to help you with stress management, because that is the one that affects your longevity and productivity the most. Before we can understand how to manage stress, it may be helpful to know what stress is. Stress is defined as a state of mental or emotional strain or tension resulting from adverse or very demanding circumstances. For most people, there will always be times where the job seems stressful, though there are certain lazy, worthless souls for whom their job was always way too stressful. These are the sort that soon find themselves summarily unemployed. Immediate symptoms of stress are as follows: shortness of breath, headaches, upset stomach, racing heart, sweating, changes in appetite, dry mouth. Most everyone experiences this now and again in isolated incidents. However, if this stress is not managed, it can become chronic. Your body will remain in a fight or flight state, which can lead to problems such as insomnia, hair loss, heart disease, fluctuations in weight, high blood pressure, loss of interest in hobbies. Here at Corvid Communications, we expect your work to be your hobby. Therefore, we cannot afford you losing interest in your work. As such, the Department of Human Resources has created several strategies to help employees deal with individual stress incidents. Deep breathing. This technique is most effective during or after stressful situations. This is best used when you feel very overwhelmed. Perhaps your workload for the day seems insurmountable. It just seems as though it is simply impossible to complete your tasks for the day. If these feelings are starting to set in, stop all work activity for a moment. Sit up straight or stand. Take anywhere from 10 to 20 deep breaths. For best results, breathe from the stomach and take as deep of breaths as possible. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe at a slow, even pace. It may be wise to step away from your workstation for a moment while performing this exercise. However, spending too long away from your desk will result in disciplinary action. In addition to simply bringing feelings of stress to manageable levels, deep breathing exercises also lower blood pressure, increase energy, relieves pain, and relaxes the muscles. As demonstrated, not only does this exercise relieve stress, it can also help to manage the symptoms of chronic stress. That being said, this exercise alone may not always be sufficient. Meditation. Meditation is the act of giving your attention to only one thing, either as a religious activity or as a way of becoming calm and relaxed. While originally created as a religious practice, Corvid Communications assures you that there is no deeper meaning to our recommending this exercise. There may be times when you have just dealt with a very problematic customer. Perhaps they could not accept that it was against policy to help them. Perhaps they were yelling at you over the phone. Maybe they called you every nasty word they could think of, and it happened to be sufficient to fill a dictionary. Maybe this is your everyday life at your job. In these circumstances, you may need to spend times on your break or during your time off to work on this fine art of meditating. In order to meditate, remember to take as deep of breaths as possible. Go someplace quiet. Sit someplace comfortable. Allow your mind to wander. Contrary to popular belief, it is not necessary to clear your mind while meditating. Meditation is a great way to process your thoughts and emotions. Practicing this can help you to better be able to deal with different stressors and boost your overall resilience to stress. For those of you starting out, it may be helpful to think of a mantra, which is defined as a word or phrase verbally or mentally repeated to aid in concentration. A few corporate-approved examples are: I am not important, but my work is. The corporation gives my life purpose. The corporation rewards me for my sacrifices. If you choose to use a mantra, please speak with your supervisor about the mantra you came up with. If it is corporate approved, you may be granted occasional extra breaks to partake in meditation, to allow you to manage stress and help you become a more productive, more devout employee. The additional benefits of meditation include gaining new perspective, increased self-awareness, improved focus on the present, reduced negative emotions, increased patience. However, there are times when even this is not sufficient. Perhaps you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. The day after day grievances of your job are finally starting to get to you. You are feeling emotionally crushed by the fact that once you get through today, there's going to be another just like it tomorrow. If you feel this way, it might be beneficial for you to talk about your emotional burdens with the psychiatrists at all of Corvid Communications' corporate properties. They are trained in the finest corporate-approved psychoanalysis and psychoconditioning practices. They can also prescribe other practices that may help, or even medication if necessary. They can help you restore your productivity, your vigor, and your will to live. These are not the only methods of stress management, of course, but these are a few highly recommended suggestions to help you manage the daily rigors of work. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day.